Hi, my friends. Welcome to the Diamond Painting Effect with Cori. I'm Cori, and today is Monday, so that means we're going to be stitching on European Town. So we're going to have another stitch with me, and so grab your projects, whatever you want to work on, and work with me while I jibber jabber away. This is the European Town. It is a very big stamped cross stitch. I'm doing an 11 count. This one's 11 count. There is a 14 count version of this one out there. I believe this one is 222 centimeters long and 45 centimeters tall. And that equals to about 7 feet long, a little over 7 feet long. So, and it's been quite a while. We've been working right here in the first foot or so of it, and it's not going real quick. But we will persevere. For now, I have my thread threaded on a couple of needles. We've got some ready to go, and Gunther's going to join the party. Oh, Gunther. Okay, we've been up all morning. You can not need attention now. Okay, Gunther. Okay, so I'm gonna go over real quick some of the things I've been working on. This isn't by all means everything I've worked on since we last talked. It's just they're the things that are at the top of my mind, and I'm really bad at keeping track. I don't want to do an official floss tube, but I kind of like, this is where I'll show you what I've been doing, what I've been working on. One of the things that's happened is I got the, last week I got that gift Christmas van or whatever, is that pickup truck with all the puppies in it, and oh my gosh, that has been calling me, but I'm gonna try and finish. I have to finish something before I start it. So I've been working really hard to try to finish one, and so this is the one I chose to try and finish real quick because it is in the Animals in August theme for stitching in the inner leg with Ava. And this is the one that I worked on. Let's see if I can get the picture of it out. Of course, it's all switched around in the back. And this is the January window. That is, I believe that's a corgi there. And so I was trying to work on this one. I had started this one. I was working in my experimental phase of doing a half cross stitch. And so I'm going to go ahead and see this through. I think I'm done with that experiment. One of the things that's happening is I can see right now there were some that I got in there the wrong way, or I crossed them. Doggone it. Anyway, that's what I get for trying to stitch real fast. The corgi, I went ahead and worked on that one to make him come to life, but I'm close to finishing. I think another dedicated day and I will have this one finished. I'm not excited about it. I'm really not. I think that's a failure of the half cross stitch. I believe that's part of it. I do know that also when I wash it out, the colors will be different. The whole color scheme, as you can see from the back, it will be different when I wash out the background stamping on it, and that may help a lot. So anyway, so that's what I've worked on a lot, trying to complete that one. I just feel like I need to finish something before I start some more cross stitches. I've been working on, thank you Ava, and stitching in her leg. She told me that this painting actually has a name. It's called Leonard the Learned. It is actually part of a huge picture. This is just a part of it. There's a whole bookcase with cats on it for this picture. And I worked really hard on this one, trying to make that cat come to life, make Leonard come to life, and I'm not really, I don't know, I'm not happy with how he's turning out, but I really haven't finished. To start off with, these are the ears. He's laying sideways on here, but he hasn't really come to life as much as I tried to make that happen. I've never stitched like that, where I'm trying to stitch just an object or a focus. I usually just pick a color and go till I'm sick of stitching that color. But anyway, so I worked on Leonard the Learned, and that was also part of Animals in August. And I worked on some more on my nativity. And I've got lots more I want to start, and I got some I want to finish, so I'm gonna work towards that goal too. So I'm gonna do the same color I worked last week. Was color number 65 in the kit, which is DMC color number 3865. So, and I'm going to just kind of work on this rust color. There's a lot in this house, but we're going to work on that and try to see what we can do. I've got everything out and all these kits scattered all over my bed right now. I was trying to find one that I like to show you the picture of European Town, and I will insert that picture somewhere in this video. I'll put it up here. But I've lost the package that has all that stuff information in it. I have to keep it separate because I keep this rolled up instead of flat and folded. And so, because of that, I have them stored separately, and that is becoming a problem for me. I've got so many. My stash is becoming big, and it's not a bad thing. It's just probably not a realistic thing. But yeah, there's so many that need starting and so little time, and I'm feeling myself a bit splittered. And I like I think it's Shelby Cross Stitch. I don't know the name of her channel, but her name is Shelby, and she has a spinner, and I'm thinking, maybe that's what I ought to do, is just get a spinner and start spinning to decide. But I don't know. I like the freedom of being able to choose what I want to do. It's like, so how are you all doing? I hope you are all doing well, that you are surviving this summer heat. Here in North America, it's been very warm. We've had a little bit of not fun thing happened here. The dogs had a run-in with the skunk, and I'd say the skunk won. There's no evidence that he didn't win. There's only evidence that the dogs got the worst of it. So we go through this. That country living with dogs. I probably about every couple of years we have to go through this. I don't know if the dogs are slow learners or just plain idiots. I don't know. That's one critter you just need to leave alone, okay? But yeah, I used to try all the remedies they say, and other than giving them a good wash, there's really nothing you can do. There's absolutely nothing you can do. You just gotta wait for it to wear off. And so Daniel had a load that headed, it should be delivered by now, but who was going to Fort Worth. And he had some excitement on his travels. He was, I believe he was, I want to say he was in Mississippi when this happened. I'm not sure. But I might put up a picture of that too. He got surrounded by 5 police cars. And he was in a spot where he could not pull over. So he put his flashers on to let him know that he was paying attention. And when they came to a spot where he could pull over, he pulled over, and they said, "I guess you know why we pulled you over." And he's like, actually, I don't. It turns out that he was hauling a trailer that had been reported stolen. It had been reported recovered, but there was some mess up in the system where the truck itself was reported as recovered, but the trailer was not. And so they were trying to pull him over for grand theft. And fortunately, they were able to get a hold of the company owners and verify. And Daniel just laughed when they told him. He knew exactly what had happened because he wasn't part of the recovery, but he knew that the trailer that they had given him had, when the person that abandoned it, he also trashed it. So he had to wait for that trailer to get fixed before he could take it. So he wasn't completely oblivious to the story, but he really didn't know that it was reported as stolen. And so he was like, I'm really grateful that nothing worse happened. He thought the whole thing was funny, and I was kind of thinking that was a bit scary. But he thought it was funny, so I'll let him have his fun. So, and he hasn't been getting a whole lot of loads lately. It's between his truck acting up and the trucking industry really is not doing well right now. One of the bigger companies has gone bankrupt, and the owner of the company that Daniel works for says that what it is it's a waiting game. Who can outlast the slump? And the problem is with the prices of everything going up, people aren't buying as many things. Our money's still being spent, but there's not as many products being purchased. And so and they also, from time to time, put out this thing that the trucker industry doesn't have enough truckers. So put out this big push to get a lot of truckers out there, and then that's so it keeps shipping down. So it keeps the cost of shipping down because there's more people competing for the loads. Anyway, it's all crazy. So the test is to see which companies can outlast the slump, and how long is the slump going to last, and all that stuff. But Daniel's very loyal to the company he's working for. He was offered a very nice job up there in Wisconsin, and he turned it down because he loves the company he's working for. They're taking really good care of him. So he's really liking them. Gosh, I don't know how many years he's been with them. But he stopped for a while and came home and got a local job. And he missed over the road, and so he really liked the flexibility, I think, is what it was. He can make choices about what he does, whereas when you have a 9-to-5 job, you know, they tell you exactly when you need to be there, and they just don't pay as well either. I wanted to show you real quick a trick that I'm learning. I don't know if I'm a slow learner or what, but I know that y'all have heard that all you have, this is kind of punked out, but all you have to do is stick your needle in here and pull this thread out. Well, I have found that if you put your fingers right here down here like that, and then pull, watch it not work for me. It doesn't work for me. Okay. I'm going to pull that whole thread out, and we're going to try and start over. One more time to see if we can do this right. Okay, you pick the one thread that you want to pull out, but if you hold it down here, it works better because it doesn't bump, it doesn't do that bumping up or knotting. It doesn't knot, but it bunches up right here at the back. And it's just easier to straighten it all out again if you hold it down here when you're pulling it out. So I didn't even really need to do that. It was a habit that I pulled that out. But I thought I would show you that little tip before I went on. And I'm going to grab this other needle that I have threaded. And I hope I don't lose track of that other thread. I have knocked something off over here. I don't know what it was. But anyway, so Daniel's in Fort Worth. He's a bit bummed out because of the slump. But hopefully everything will be okay. He still doesn't know if the issue that his truck has been fixed or not, because it was an intermittent problem, and he doesn't think he's had enough chance to know. But so far it hasn't done it, because they really weren't sure what the problem was. They just tried to fix a bunch of things that it could be, and since I don't really know that much about it, I don't have anything to comment on that. So I had my friend here last week, so I got very little. There's a cat in my threads over here. Hold on. I didn't get to do much video watching, or I didn't even get a lot of stitching done really till the weekend. But she was here from Monday through Friday, and she was able to help around the house a little bit, and God, you can't stop her, man. Gunther, you need to get out of there. But it was nice having her here, and she always is. It's good to have friends around, you know. So that was what kept me busy last week. It seems like I've had a lot of company lately. It just one after another, and so it's been kind of different because I usually don't have any company. So it was good to have her here. Gunther is still playing in my thread, and this is unusual because they usually don't bother my thread. I'm still working on floss dropping all my threads that I have, and you know, that aren't assigned to kits. Every once in a while, when I don't know what it is I want to sew on, I'll pull that out and floss drop a couple of colors of thread, and I hang them up in a garment bag on a hanger that has hooks instead of just a normal hanger. It's meant for scarves. I got it at Dollar Tree, and I just assumed that I would be able to get more for that purpose, and the Dollar Tree here in Beeville did not have it. They finally opened up again. They were closed for about 2 months, and I have no idea what that was about, but they did it last year too, so kind of frustrating. Kind of makes me wonder if it's just the person that owns that store just takes off for 2 months. I don't know. I do not know. Do other stores in other areas do it that way? I don't. I go to the ones in Corpus Christi a lot, but I've never seen that happen there. But that doesn't mean it did. I could have missed it when that happened. But I just think it's completely odd to do that. Of course, when they open up again, everything's nice and stacked on the shelves nicely, and it's a little bit rearranged, and you know, they did have employees there some of the time. Sometimes I'd drive by and there'd be no cars, and it would fool me because the cars would be there. So I think, oh, they're open, and I'd go, and no, they were closed. So I'm really excited. I picked up a couple of more companies that want me to do product reviews for them. I'm really excited about that, and we should be seeing those in a couple weeks. I don't know how long it will take for those products to get here, but I am excited as can be about that. I'm going to try to mix it up with diamond painting and cross stitch. Most of these companies can do both. So that's exciting. And I'm looking forward to that. There's a lot out there. It's fun to do the exploring and catching up and seeing all that stuff. cross stitch is a little bit wonky. So, I just wish I wish cross stitching was faster, because there's so many cute kits out there. Yeah, and I want to start them all. When I was going through them all just a while ago, I was like, oh, I want to do that, I want to do that, I want to do that. Well, of course I want to do them. That's why I ordered them. But anyway, I want to thank y'all for joining me today. I love that you have followed me. I'm still really excited about my 500 subscribers. And I want to thank y'all for your support, and I want you to all take care, because I want to see you guys in the next one.